Her question is, what if somebody doesn't have the potential to do intense meditation? And how do you progress spiritually then? A. B. Somewhere you all understand that everything is one, that you're all interconnected, or that you're part of the divine. But until you feel that, until you experience that, you won't really understand it. You won't really know it. How to go about these things? What is your potential? You would not know until you work towards it. Nobody can say that I don't have the potential to do intense meditation. If you say I don't have the potential, you're right. Well, you just made a statement. If you say, how can I cultivate myself to reach that potential? Because we won't know. By not working according to your potential, what I meant is sometimes you are born or you have nurtured certain talents in you, things you can do, knowledge you have, people you can help, and yet you choose to step back, looking after more yourself than others. That is what I meant by not working to your potential. But potential is an ever expanding sphere or aspect of your existence. Until you work towards it, you will not know your potential. Imagine you're driving a Ferrari. Until you really put your foot on the gas, and until you're accelerating, and let's say imagine you're on a runway. So space is not a constraint, there's no the traffic, there are no speed limit issues. Until you accelerate as well as you can, for as long as you can, you won't know how fast that car can go and what that experience is going to be like. For that, you have to work towards your potential. Nobody can tell you that this is your potential or this isn't your potential. Edison, it's very well known, was chucked out of his school. At first, his mother was called in and she was told, your son is a dumb kid. And she said to the teacher, no, you got it all wrong. You are dumb. You're not seeing the potential in my child. And later, he was actually expelled. From what I've read, my account could be wrong. So he was expelled, and the mother did not show that letter to Edison. Instead, she told him that they are saying that you're different and you're much smarter than this school. They can't handle you anymore. Along those lines. But look what Edison turned out to be. That potential, nobody can declare that that is your potential. And that's the message of all the scriptures, that your potential is limitless. You are that. Forget that. Forget even comparing yourself with any human being or any other living entity. They're saying you are that. That is your potential. But to reach that potential, there is a path you have to tread. There is an effort you have to do. Some work you ought to commit yourself to. Some self-discipline or some discipline of some kind that is going to be part of your daily life. That's the only way to reach that potential. And that experiential understanding, that empirical knowledge, comes with time and effort alone. That's what Krishna meant when he said, Abhyasen tu kante viragyan jagrihite. Kante, put in a lot of hours of practice and cultivate a sense of detachment towards everything that you have. Because the moment you're detached, you're a lot more objective. Anybody who's ever tried starting a business, especially like a startup with some fascinating idea, they know it, what I mean, because you're so emotionally attached to your idea, your product, that you fail to see the reality. Everybody around will tell you why this won't work, but which may or may not be true, but you fail to objectively look at your own idea, your product, your thinking, your methodology, your process, and so on. But if you are detached, that does not mean you don't care anymore. That means you have the courage to say, yes, this is wrong here, to accept the flaws. So only with practice can we progress. But there is something else that needs to be understood here. Self-realization is not an individual journey. I'm contradicting here what I've said in the past and what others have said, where I've said that two journeys are always done alone: the journey to self-realization and the journey to death. By that, I mean to say that yes, you won't have any help from other factors. Think that you're on your own and that this is your journey to reach to yourself, to reach yourself. But what I mean by when I say it's not an individual journey is that you cannot ignore other people's welfare when you are treading a spiritual path. Without compassion, without that empathy for other people, you cannot make giant leaps on this path. You will be at the most on a slippery pole where you will clamber up a couple of steps and then you'll slip down again. Once again, you'll exert a lot of pressure, you'll slip down again. A part of your life, a portion of your time must be devoted to helping other people in whichever way you can. You don't have to be physically present. Today technology gives you so many options. You could teach somebody for free. You could coach somebody, you could help somebody, you could, if you have wealth, you can donate wealth. If you have wisdom, you could donate wisdom, and so on. Somebody asked Mullah, he said, when people ask me a question, what do you think? Should I use my brain to help them, or should I use my heart? When people ask me something, should I use my brain to address it, or should I use my heart? What should I use? Mullah said, I don't think there is any conflict. You use whatever you have got. If you have a brain, you use that. If you don't have it, well, there is no choice then. Hopefully, you'll have a heart then. But there are a lot of people who have neither, and a lot of people who have both, and there are many where both are equally active and it's just not in anything is in sync. The whole journey of self-realization is building a bridge from your heart to your mind, or from your brain to your heart, where they come in harmony, where you don't have to battle with either, where you can tell your brain something, it listens to you, you tell your heart something, it listens to you. Everything else becomes piece of cake then, eggless too.